Hello guys and welcome to another episode of Past Video Reflections. This is one of my worst videos that I've wanted to do a review on for a while, and I finally come to that decision to review it. Before I delve into why it's so infamous, I'm just gonna say that the reason why I haven't been making Past Video Reflections for a while was because I was going through some personal issues, like my porn addiction getting worse and me trying to stop it, so I've been kind of occupied with other things. And yes, I did bring that up out of nowhere. I will be talking about it soon. I haven't forgotten about it. Plus, with the school year, well, not the school year, but with the college semester winding down, I've been pretty busy trying to catch up with homework and shit. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about why this video is so infamous. So yeah, obviously, as you can tell by the published date, that it was the first day of a new year, and it was the day after suffering a horrible fate with 2020, with everything being shit, like my family members being an ass to me, and my ex-girlfriend leaving, so that's why I was, oh, and also the mental breakdown, which I was talking about in my first Past Video Reflections video, which I will be addressing soon. So yeah, all of that was repressed anger that I was on the note on anyway. In the video, I was screaming, and I was pretty much on the note for the entire video. Most of what I was saying didn't really make any sense. It was just utterances of anger. So you can't really make out what I'm saying, as if I were to play the video. You would be wondering if there was something wrong with me. And yes, I did sound genuinely angry. Like, not just angry. I sounded like a completely different person. And this is one of the videos that is genuinely hard to watch going back to it. And I'm not talking hard to watch as in, like, why I hate this generation hard to watch. No, I mean, like, genuinely hard to watch. Like, I cringe watching how I acted back then. Believe it or not, there was 3 girls on the other fucking side of the road they were watching me this entire time flip out at the camera, and believe it or not, I made the stupid ass decision to walk towards them, and they ran away. And I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't blame them if they thought that I was like some kind of serial killer just lunging towards them, because I really sounded unhinged, and I think you guys need to watch this shit. Oh, and as a reminder, turn your headphones down for this one.
Let's go! Ah! Let's go! Yes! Let's go! 2021, new revolution!
Alright, I just need to give a little introspection here. Your mental process tells me that you suffer from a mental condition and you should seek help immediately.
Let's go! Let's go!
Dude, just fucking stop. Just fucking stop, dude. Just stop. Okay, by this point, you can hear the girls screaming. I don't know if they were cheering me on as a joke, or if they were trying to mock me, or if they were genuinely scared, but either way...
Oh!
And right there, you could really tell how loud I was. I was not having it. You know, when I first heard that, I thought that I was genuinely crying. No, I was laughing.
2021, new revolution!
Okay, I didn't think I was going to be hearing that again, so now I have to point this out. They probably thought I was retarded when they heard that shit come out of my mouth.
Fuck 2020!
Okay, you know what? Maybe they probably didn't think I was retarded because I followed up with that indentation or statement. They probably most likely thought that I've said that because of the COVID pandemic that had us locked in our houses. Part of it was the reason, but most of it was not.
Oh, look, everyone's so happy right now. Look at that.
Now you should really pay attention and put this into your note of things that you should never do as a man, because this move almost ruined my life. Now I'm going to explain why I did this towards the end of the video, but right now I want you to imagine what you would do if you were in their shoes.
Hey, wait!
Now, if you were one of the girls and some deranged 16-year-old male was yelling and then afterwards said wait while they were walking towards you, would you stay and listen to him, or would you run like someone who's fearing for their life? And that's the end of this fiasco. And luckily it was a pretty short one, so I didn't have to dwell on it for too long. So where would I rate this video on my worst list? I would probably rate it in the top 5, along with many other derelicts. Alright, so the reason why I was so angry or aggressively elated, I was excited that the year was over. And it's probably gonna come to that one incident again that I keep talking about at every end of my past video reflections video. That was the year where I actually didn't think it was going to be getting that worse again. You know, one of those situations where you're pretty much getting shit on by two people. You have one person shitting on you while you have the other person berating you for not standing up for yourself, but also contributing to the beration that you're getting. And it doesn't always mean that they're directly berating you, but they're indirectly berating you in a way because they're getting mad at you for not standing up for yourself when that's not really your thing to stand up for yourself. I went through that shit with my family members back in 2020 is what I'm trying to say. I know I'm not the smartest person in the world or the most tolerant person in the world or someone who people would consider as tolerable or even like nice or pleasant to be around, but constantly shoving that down someone's throat and you wonder why people don't have the incentive to change. And it's not only deriving them from having the incentive to change, but you're also building up their pent up anger. And it's really just a matter of time before they really hurt somebody. And yes, I do find workarounds to kind of mitigate this stuff that I get, but not everyone is so lucky, and even then, it's not like I get lucky every time that happens. And it's not just that situation, because frankly, it doesn't really bother me anymore. It's just every other situation recently has pretty much brought me back to when I was always ridiculed as a little kid by everyone. Like back in kindergarten when I was dealing with my fucking teacher who would always put me on the spotlight when I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and she would always yell at me for no goddamn reason. I think she might have had anger issues, honestly. I don't know who the fuck hired her to be a teacher, but she really shouldn't have got that job. I got my 7th grade home economics teacher, Mrs. Kramer. She was a complete asshole. Aiden, who I had to deal with in 7th grade. That dumbass nigga Chase Hill, and pretty much literally everyone in 8th grade. Oh, and there was so much more than that, but I'm just not gonna say it because it's just gonna take up most of the video. And I really do not want to have to deal with drama. Alright, now I'm gonna focus on 2020 specifically. The majority of 2020 wasn't too bad, actually. At least the beginning portion of 2020. The end portion of 2020 was right in the shitter. I say the beginning portion of 2020 wasn't too bad, but I'm not saying that it wasn't bad either. For example, I actually ended up in the back of a cop car for going on the mall during lockdown. And how was that experience? I was scared for my fucking life. I thought I was going to jail, bruh. And I also have a question. Have you ever had a parent basically just out of nowhere, hey, so why don't you tell everyone what happened today? But I don't want to tell people what happened today. Can you see that I was in my room for most of the fucking day? So yeah, if it wasn't for that one thing, 2020 would have easily made it into the worst years of my life. You know that ex that I was talking about at the beginning of my video? Yeah, sadly, she is the reason. I say sadly because she isn't exactly one of those people that I want in my life anymore. Because she did make my life, at the very least, bearable. But then we pretty much just had the worst closure that I would ever have with anybody. And look, I'm not saying that women are wrong for not telling men straight up that they don't want to do this anymore because they're of them being afraid of men's reactions, because yeah, I was pretty angry. Not at her, but I was just an angry person in general. But it's not exactly any better for me to find out myself and have it hurt worse than how it would have if she just told me straight up that she didn't want to do this anymore. But you know what? If my anger was scaring her that bad because she did see me yelling when I was riding my bike, then that's a good thing for her psyche that she left. Because I've dealt with angry people before, and that's not something that you want to have to deal with over time, because that messes with your psyche. Alright, now there's one more thing that I need to address. My anger was not why I ran up to those girls, by the way. The reason why I did that in the first place was so I could convince them that I'm not a crazy person. Because see, I already knew how bad I looked, and I was trying to walk up to them to save face. And that was the stupidest decision that I've ever made in my 16-year-old life. Holy crap. And girls if you're just so happening to watch this video, I just wanted to say that I wasn't trying to harm anybody. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I don't know what type of mindset I had back then. I usually do a lot. I usually did a lot of stupid shit like that, and I just wanted to give some closure by saying that I am sorry. So I'm putting this shit to bed by saying that 2020 sucked.